Well guys, I have shared with you my ranking of every single movie that I watched in 2023, but now I'm going to share with you my top 10 most anticipated movies that are coming out in 2024. But before I get into my top 10 list, I want to share with you some honorable mentions, some movies that I'm not all that excited about and didn't make it onto my list, but I know other people are excited about, so I'm still going to mention them in this video anyways. Starting off with Kraven the Hunter. Shockingly, this was on my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2023 video in my honorable mentions, so yeah, let's hope this fucking movie gets released this time. Kung Fu Panda 4. I loved the first Kung Fu Panda and never gave a shit about the sequels, and I don't really give a shit about this movie, but I know other people are excited for it, so cool. Beetlejuice 2, because Tim Burton is coming back to direct, and Michael Keaton is back, and Jenna Ortega is in it, so I'm for sure people are hyped for it. The Garfield movie. Honestly, I don't even know if people are actually excited for this movie. I'm not excited for it, but yeah, Chris Pratt and Samuel L. Jackson, Garfield, yeah. Terrifier 3, because yeah, everyone seems to love these movies. Everyone loved Terrifier 2, and this guy seems to be an icon now, so yeah, didn't expect it to be on the list, but here it is. Despicable Me 4, yeah, I really enjoyed the first two movies. I have never seen the third movie, and now we're getting a fourth movie. Cool. Imaginary, which is a new Blumhouse killer teddy bear movie. That's all I know about it. Dune Part 2, because yeah, I don't know, I've never seen the first movie, but it has a lot of very well-known actors, Zendaya, Timothée Chalamet, and all these big actors, so of course people are hyped. Challenges, which is literally just a fucking tennis movie, but Zendaya's in it, so there you go. And Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, because the last couple movies did really well, and people seem to love seeing monkeys and gorillas use guns and kill people, and yeah, people seem to love that shit. And there you go guys, that was my honorable mentions, just movies that I'm not particularly all that excited for, but I know other people are excited for, so I wanted to just mention them in the video anyways, because why not? But now it's time to get into my top 10 list, starting off with Inside Out 2. To be honest, I was really not expecting to put a Pixar movie on my top 10 list, but I don't know, I mean, I watched the first Inside Out, I thought it was okay, and you know, this movie's gonna be diving into like puberty and growing up and stuff, so I'll give it a watch, I'll see how it is. I'm not like super pumped about the movie, I'm not actually gonna like go out to the theater and go see it, but whenever it comes out on Disney Plus, I'll sit down and give it a watch and see what it's like. So I'd say I'm fairly excited for the movie, not super pumped, and it's weird, I remember Pixar saying that they were not gonna do any more sequels after releasing Toy Story 4, and it was like that for a couple of years, and now here we are 5 years later, and now we have an Inside Out 2. I don't know if that's true, I don't know if they actually did say that, but it seemed like that's what they were doing, and now Inside Out 2 is coming out, so I don't know why Pixar said that was weird, but Inside Out 2, I'm fairly excited for, I'll give it a watch when it comes out, and yeah, moving on to the next movie, on my number 9 spot, which is going to be Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Yeah, just a new Ghostbusters movie, and that's it. I'm not excited about this movie, like, at all. I'm a little excited because it's a new Ghostbusters movie, we have the old cast coming back, and it seems like they're going to be playing a bigger part in this movie, and I don't know, that's about it. I'll watch it, I guess. I mean, I wasn't even that crazy about the last movie, Ghostbusters Afterlife. I found it extremely forgettable, so wasn't that crazy about that movie, and when I watched the trailer for this new one, I thought it looked like, I don't know, fine, and then I just forgot about it immediately after, so I don't know, I'm not all that pumped about it, but I'll give it a watch when it comes out on digital or whatever, and I'll see what it's like, and just to see the old OG Ghostbusters again and see how if they play a bigger part or not, and see the new ghosts and old ghosts, and I'll watch it when it comes out. It looks whatever, it looks fine. Coming out to my number 8 spot is going to be Madam Web. I know this movie looks really bad, and I know you're probably wondering why is this on my top 10 list, but the movie does look bad, but it also looks like it could be a lot of dumb fun. It looks so crazy and weird, and just seeing all these women come together and just put on Spider-Women suits and then have like the iron spider legs and all that, it looks fucking crazy and weird, and I'm kind of in for it. I want to see what it's like. It looks like it's gonna be bad, but maybe fun bad, hopefully, I don't know. It looks definitely more interesting than, let's say, Morbius or Kraven the Hunter. I think I'm more intrigued with how this movie is going to go than those fucking movies. And the Spider-Man villain look-alike, whatever he is, he looks fucking weird as well. It looks like a fan-made suit. That's the problem with this trailer, is that it looks very fan-made. But overall, it just looks so weird and crazy, and I want to give it a watch. I want to see what it's like. And seeing Sydney Sweeney in that Spider-Woman suit really made me think that maybe she should be playing Black Cat instead of Spider-Woman. I don't know. That was something that I immediately thought. I was like, she should be playing Black Cat instead of Spider-Woman. But overall, the movie looks crazy, and I'm for sure going to give it a watch when it comes out on digital or whatever. It looks insane. But yeah, coming up to my number 7 spot is going to be Joker 2. Or Joker Folia Dukes, whatever the fuck that means. But yeah, we haven't really gotten much for this movie yet. We've only gotten set photos and like a little teaser that came out like a year ago, and yeah, we haven't gotten much for this movie, but it is meant to come out this October. And I was originally very excited to see a Joker sequel, but then when I found out it was just meant to be a musical and Lady Gaga was going to be starring in it and be a lot of singing and stuff, I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is not worth seeing in the theater. I'll definitely give it a watch when it comes out on digital or whatever, but now knowing it's just a musical, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe, yeah, my excitement for the movie is kind of lowered a bit. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they'll do nonetheless, and what they'll do with their version of Harley Quinn, what, you know, Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga are going to be like together and all that. So I just want to see what that's going to be like, and the whole musical part, I'm just like, okay, whatever. Yeah, coming up to my number 6 spot is going to be Transformers 1. A new Transformers animated movie which is going to be exploring the origin story of how Optimus Prime and Megatron hated each other and became enemies. And that's really it. That's all we know about the story. But yeah, it's great. It's cool that we're getting a new Transformers movie this year, when we literally just got Rise of the Beast last year, and now we're getting a new animated movie this year. That's really cool. And we don't know a whole lot about the movie. We know that's possibly like the story of the movie, and we know a few voice actors like Chris Hemsworth is going to be voicing Optimus Prime. We'll see how that goes. And we're going to be having Keegan-Michael Key voice Bumblebee, and apparently he's just going to be using his normal voice. We'll see how that is. And it's coming from the directors of Toy Story 4. So really the only thing that really stood out about that movie was the beautiful animation. So hopefully the animation in this movie is awesome and beautiful. And apparently it's only going to be taking place in Cybertron, so that's going to be cool, and hopefully it looks really nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's cool, and it's just cool that we're getting another Transformers movie after we literally just got one last year, and that's really cool. And that's all I really need to say about it. Coming up to number 5 is going to be Venom 3. Yeah, I know, it's kind of weird that this is on my number 5 spot, but apparently this is going to be the last Venom movie that we are going to be getting with Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock and Venom, so I want to see how it is. I'll definitely go check it out in the theaters and see if it's any good or if it's just another trash movie. We don't really know what the story is as well. We've heard rumors that it could be about Venom going up against a fucking werewolf or whatever, which sounds really weird and dumb and stupid, but that's all we know about it, and the movie literally could be about anything. It's taking place right after the events of the No Way Home post-credit scene where Tom Hardy was in the MCU, and he got taken back into his world, and then we're gonna see what the fuck he was doing right after that. So it's interesting. We'll see how it is. We'll see how it goes. We've heard the director constantly said that the movie's gonna be amazing, guys. It's gonna be awesome. You guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be amazing. And it's like, all right, we'll see about that. All right, calm down, Jesus. So I'm excited for the movie, even though we don't even know what the movie's about. It looks like it could be about a whole lot of things, and it could be fun, maybe, I don't fucking know. Coming up to number 4 is going to be Godzilla X Kong The New Empire. Or Godzilla Kong The New Empire, as the director wants us to call it. And yeah, I saw the trailer for the movie. It looks fine, it looks fun, it looks like it could be a fun theater experience, and looks average. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see how they'll handle the team up with Godzilla and Kong. It looks like it could be a lot of fun. And yeah, it looks like it will be just another King Kong centered story again, just like the last movie where it was more focusing on King Kong than Godzilla. So that's a little disappointing. That just seems like it's going to be another King Kong story more than a Godzilla story, instead of it being focused like on both of them. So that's a little disappointing. I'm for sure they're going to make Godzilla do some really cool stuff in this movie, but yeah, it's just kind of a little disappointing seeing it just being another King Kong, basically just another King Kong movie, which kind of disappoints me. But overall, I'm excited for the movie. The trailer looked fine, and it looks like there's gonna be some really cool moments with Godzilla and Kong, and it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, coming up to number 3 is going to be Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I had a fairly good time with the last movie, and now I'm fairly excited for this new movie. And knowing this is going to be a full-on payoff to the very exciting post-credit scene with Shadow, I am very excited. Shadow has always been my favorite Sonic character. I just think he looks really cool, and I can't wait to see him live action. And I'm very curious in who's going to voice him. My top pick of who would voice Shadow would probably be Robert Pattinson. I don't know why. I just feel like Robert Pattinson would do a pretty good Shadow. But overall, I'm very excited to see Shadow in the movie and see all the characters come back and see how it all goes. And hopefully they don't make Shadow dumb and kind of stupid near the end, kind of like what they did with Knuckles in Sonic 2. Hopefully they make him just a badass like throughout the whole movie. And yeah, well, I'm excited to see how it goes. The first two movies, like the designs and all the characters and Sonic and Tails and Knuckles, they all look really good. So I'm for sure Shadow's going to look great and see what other characters are going to be in this movie. I'm very curious if Jim Carrey's going to come back. I hope he does, because, you know, it's Jim Carrey. So yeah, I'm very excited to see how this movie goes, and yeah, can't wait for it. It's gonna be awesome. Coming up to number 2 is going to be, surprisingly, A Quiet Place Day 1. Yeah, man, I really can't wait for this movie. I think it's gonna be a really cool theater experience. I really enjoyed the first 2 Quiet Place movies. I remember going to see part 2 in the theater a few years ago, and watching it for the first time in that theater was really cool. Other than people talking a few times throughout the movie, it was a really cool theater experience, and watching that for the first time was really fun. So I can't wait to see what they do with this prequel. It's kind of disappointing knowing that John Krasinski isn't coming back to direct, but I can't wait. It's going to be like an extended cut of the entire opening scene of A Quiet Place Part 2, and we're just going to be focused on different characters and their perspectives on how to deal with the monsters and the creatures and stuff, and how they try to survive. So I can't wait to see the movie. I think it's going to be a really cool theater experience. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. And yeah, coming up to my number 1, also a big shocker, is going to be Deadpool 3. Yeah, man, I really did not expect this movie to be on my number 1 spot, but compared to 2023, we are really not getting as much movies this year. A lot of movies have gone delayed, and this is literally the only MCU movie we are getting this year. So this is going to be a big movie, and I'm going to treat it like that. I'm going to really hype it up. I'm going to watch all of the X-Men, Wolverine movies for the first time. I'm going to rewatch the first 2 Deadpool movies and really hype this up, treat it like it's going to be a huge, big movie, which it's meant to be, which, yeah, it seems like it's going to be, judging from the set photos, seeing, like, you know, Deadpool and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and in his classic suit, and they're fighting. It looks like it's gonna be a really big, crazy, fun movie, and I'm gonna treat it like that, really get hyped up for it, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see how it goes. I think it's gonna be a really awesome theater experience, and I can't wait to see it, man. That's all I can really say about it. I just think it's gonna be fun. I don't have much to say about it. Like, we have only gone set photos with Hugh Jackman and Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool fighting, and that's all we've seen of this movie thus far. We don't have a trailer yet, so we'll just have to wait until we see footage and see how it looks and see if it's, you know, worth seeing. So yeah, can't wait for the movie, and yeah, I guess that's Deadpool 3 is, I guess, my most anticipated movie of 2024. Hopefully it's great. Alrighty guys, this is going to be the end of my most anticipated movies of 2024 video. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you share your list of movies that you're most excited for throughout the year. And yeah, hopefully this ends up being a great year for movies, even though we're not really getting as much compared to 2023. Hopefully it ends up being a great year nonetheless, and we just get a bunch of great movies and it ends up being a good year. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. And before I end the video, I just want to say, good luck to Sony, man. This is really a big year for them, you know, releasing 3 movies from their really weird Spider-Man universe, you know, with Kraven being their first R-rated movie and in their universe, and Madam Web just being a fucking weird, crazy movie, and Venom 3 being the last installment featuring Tom Hardy as the character. This is a really big year for them, so I wish them good luck, and hopefully they do not include a post-credit scene that has something to do with Spider-Man, I think.